Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. I'm spiritual medium Kellee White, and welcome to Ask Me Anything. Today is April 13th, 2023. What kind of week has everybody had? Let's see. Let me say hi to everybody. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Deanie. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Tom. Hi, Dolly. Hi, Karen. Karen Sweeney said, hi, Kellee. Did James Four say course was wonderful? Oh, great. Okay, great. Dolly. Hi, Dolly. Hi, Renee. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sue. Hi, Marge. Marge. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Wanda. Hi, everybody. Hi, Debbie and Deborah and Allison and Melissa and Sandy and Jen. I could keep going on and on. Well, let me tell you about my week, because I had a heck of a week. I really did. I mean, I don't know about everybody in this energy, but this energy it's very intense energy. You know, we had Easter, we had Passover, we had Easter, and we had a lot of astrology that I'm going to get into today too, before I answer a lot of questions. And thank you for sending in all your questions. I really appreciate it. But I had something really interesting that I wanted to share with everybody, because I thought this was just kind of phenomenal. But so the first part of my week, I was really bummed because I had really wanted to see my little brother Theo Katzman in concert in Los Angeles. He sold out the Wiltern, and I was so proud of him. And he's selling out, the whole concerts are selling out. So if you wanted to see Theo, and you might remember I interviewed him I think it was December. And his concerts, from what I understand from everybody, family, friends, fans, that it's staggering. It's so good. So he's really something. He's very special. So if you get a chance to see Theo Katzman on tour, he's in tour in the United States, I think until about mid-May, and then he does his tour in Europe. So it's really incredible. But I was really sad because all my family and friends were there Saturday night, and I couldn't go. So I was really just bummed. Just really sad about that. But then something happened that was just kind of blew me away. And this happened on Friday night. And I'll tell you exactly what it was, because it was kind of phenomenal. Friday, I took a shower. It was about 8 o'clock. I was in my bathroom. And my housekeeper had been there all day. So I knew that the house was very clean and my bathroom was very clean. And, you know, nothing out of the ordinary. It's just, you know, using some product on my sink. And as I went to go get this product on my sink, I heard a clink, like a sound like a clink. What in the world is that? Anyway, I lifted up the product that I was going to use, and underneath said product was a dime, just a dime. Now, I don't have change in my bathroom. In fact, I don't really have change because I haven't gone anywhere in a long time, and I don't have change. I don't think I paid cash for anything, so I certainly don't have change, and I certainly would not have change in my bathroom. I just would not. Anyway, there was this dime, and I knew immediately where it had come. So I took a picture of it, and I sent it to James. James immediately calls me, and he says, Kellee, I too was in the shower. He was at his home still. He had not left for the East Coast yet. And he said, I too was in the shower at the same time you were. And he said, I was talking to my sister, Lynn. So Lynn is his sister who passed away. And his sister wrote a book, and I don't think this is the exact title, but it was something like Heavenly Dimes. And so there was no doubt in my mind that clink I heard, and when I picked up this bottle, she had sent me a dime. And so we were talking about, she was describing to James the other side. And so I think it'll be really extraordinary when he's back in a couple of weeks to talk about his experience with Lynn and her telling him and describing to him. As a lot of you know, she was a medium as well. So it was really extraordinary. So I've never had that experience happen before, where a dime will materialize and show up. I've never had that before. So that was a really cool thing. So that was the beginning of my week. So I thought that was pretty cool. Never had that before. Hi, Dawn. She says, hi, Kellee, your show rocks. Question, I'm easily and much more clairaudient than clairvoyant. Will that ever change? Or will one of our clairs always be the strongest? Thank you. 8 of Diamonds. I love that. Hi, Don. So I'm more clairaudient. I'm more clairaudient as well. For some reason, that just, I hear easier than everything else. I don't know how that is, but sometimes, yeah, often one is more present than the other. But I have all of the clairs all the clairs I need. But yeah, so often that can absolutely change too, as as you work on your mediumship and you work on higher raising your vibration. That could actually change as well. So thanks, good question. So I'm going to talk about some astrology because we're not even in the middle yet of this month, and this is quite a month that we have. I mean, this is a big time month here. I think it's a big month for us. So let's just I want to start with Mars still out of bounds until May 5th. And that makes things very unpredictable. Okay. And it could spark all kinds of, impulsive energy here. So always watch picking unprovoked fights. I'm watching this show. I don't know if anybody has seen it. And if you have, don't tell me what happens. I'm only on the 3rd episode. It's called Beef, and it's on Netflix. Beef. Oh my gosh. I mean, talk about, it starts off like, whoo, all kinds of unpredictable, impulsive energy. So kind of reminded me of this Mars out of bounds. On a positive note, though, I will say this, that Venus is now in Taurus, and that is until May 1st. And that brings a lot of attraction into our life, a lot of love, a lot of romance. If that is what you are looking for, it also helps to improve romance and relationships. So it also can be loving yourself. So I always want to say that with that, okay? Now, here's the thing. We have, and you've heard me talk about Gandanta, and I know James always laughs when I say that because it is kind of funny, but Gandanta means drowning, actually. And we have Jupiter, the largest planet, is going to be changing signs on April 22nd. And it's going from Pisces, which is a water sign, into Aries, which is a fire sign. And whenever a planet goes from water into fire, it is out of control energy. And it's called Gandanta. And so we will see severe weather, water problems, and floods. And here we go, because in Florida right now, I know that James was supposed to fly into Fort Lauderdale, and the airport is closed due to a 1,000-year flood that happened. This is Gandanta. And this lasts until about the 25th of April. So travel is going to be, pretty intense. And we haven't even gotten to Mercury retrograde yet. These are just a couple of the headlines for this month. But also tomorrow on April 14th, in Vedic astrology, remember I'm talking Vedic astrology, the sun actually moves into Aries. So if you were born between April 14th and April 15th, I know you don't think this, you probably think you're a Taurus, but in actuality, you're an Aries, okay? So when the sun moves into Aries, it's a really it brings a lot of energy to the table here. Aries has a lot of energy because it's ruled by Mars. So there's a lot of energy. And I always say this, the thing about Aries is they're very confident, which is great, which is truly great. They have a lot of courage, and they're open-hearted and they're compassionate and they're all kinds of things. On the side note, they kind of can easily offend people. So you kind of want to watch that during this period for the next month. And I should just watch it in general, I think. But anyway, also on April 19th and 20th, depending on where you live. So in Los Angeles, we're going to have a solar eclipse in Aries, is what I want to say. But in Los Angeles, it appears, if you're at Pacific time, it starts at like 6:35 p.m. and goes up to close to midnight. So if you are in the central time zone, it would start at like 8:30 and go until like 2 in the morning. And then also on the East Coast, just add it up another hour. And I'll put the exact times on my Facebook page. But just know that we have this major eclipse, and we're in the eclipse energy right now. And this energy makes people kind of, restless. You might feel kind of unsettled maybe less grounded during this. And it's a really powerful eclipse because this is a rare eclipse, and it's rare because will be seen. It's called a solar hybrid eclipse, and it doesn't happen very often. I think the last time was in 2013, and this eclipse, I mean, will be seen like it's a total eclipse, so you'll be able to see it in parts of the world totally, and other parts you won't be able to see it at all. So, but this eclipse, all eclipses are for change. They move us forward. You know, I always say kicking or screaming, it's their purpose is for change, for us to mean new beginnings. So this is a formidable eclipse because the sun is exalted with Rahu, which is the north node of the moon in Western astrology. And Rahu is this malefic, it's a planet in Vedic astrology. It's really a point, it's a node, but it is a force that like breaks boundaries with us, and it takes risks in order to move us forward. And I will say, Rahu doesn't give a damn about just things. And because also coming up, and the energy is already, I've been talking about this, but soon there'll be a total conjunction of Jupiter, the planet of the spiritual guru is Jupiter, which when it goes into Aries on April 22nd, it will conjunct Rahu, this malefic planet. And what that is it will cause problems with spiritual leaders or people that have been falsely thinking that, you know, people think that they're really spiritual and they're not. So earlier I had said I was talking about this happening, and I said, you know, with priests, because of course that's just easy to think like that. But I was taken aback to hear, and sadly to watch the video of the Dalai Lama. But that has a lot to do with this piece here. So it was really heartbreaking, frankly, to see that. I think, and my mom used to have a phrase for it, and I don't have it exactly, but it was something like if you follow the guru, you know, it will take you down the primrose path. And instead, I mean, the reality is, and the truth is, I mean, a guru can lead to certain things, and then you really do the work on your own. I mean, you go inward on your own. I mean, you know thyself, you know, just always, if something doesn't feel right for you, it's not, you know, just know that you have it in you to be your own spiritual guru and your own leader. So that, I think that we're going to see religions break up and bust up, and so there you go. We're not done yet. And so that's the solar eclipse. And then of course, Mercury goes retrograde. And that's a big deal. And that's on April 21st until May 15th. And that's in Aries, also in Vedic astrology. All of these planets are in Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of war. It's intense time. I think travel during Mercury retrograde, I think travel now is going to be really rough. But this is going to be I almost said shit show because I was thinking that it's going to be a rough time. This is not an easy time. So, you know, I mean, with everything, this is a great time to set your intentions for your life. What would you like? It's a great time to review your life look at your old patterns. Are your old patterns preventing you from moving forward? What is it that you have to let go of, and what is it that you need to move forward? That's what these eclipses do for us, because the next eclipse after this is, I think it's May 5th or May 6th, or maybe 5th and 6th. I forget. I'll let everybody know about that one too. And again, eclipses bring up all kinds of shit for us so we can just deal with our stuff. And it's always important to work on whatever issues you can, whether it's forgiveness, whether it's loving yourself, whatever it happens to be, because the goal of being a human, the goal here is to release as much of your baggage as possible, much of your emotional traumas, everything you can work on. Be good, be kind to others, because when on the other side, there are different realms, you know, and the higher realms don't take chaos. That's why we come here. You're going to have chaos? You come here. Oh, send me to Earth. I need some A good dose of chaos, put me in that family. Um, and yet I was still missing my family. That's a funny thing, right? So, but if you think about it, you want to do all the work that you can while you're here, and it frees us up so much on the other side to go to higher realms. Because on the other side there is no bullshit. They can see right through you. They can see who you are, what you've done, blah, 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 blah. It's like that. So you really want to do the work here. And that's the good news about eclipses, because they propel us and force us to look at our stuff. There you go. I have said it. There you go, everybody. So Jeannie Campbell says, I agree on being a shit show, right? Fiery war. I'm a super Pisces. Good. There you go. Yes, Anne Margaret, April 28th to May 4th, we need to purify our bodies. Absolutely. And take full charge. That's right. Of Wesak, May 5th. I forgot about that. And thanks, Anne Margaret. I appreciate that. I will talk about that. That's the Buddha's birthday, I believe, right? And that's a major deal on May 5th. Right at that eclipse. Well, we will be talking about that, right? That's a big deal. So thank you for that. So I have some questions here, and thank you everybody for sending me your questions. I try to read as many of them as I can, and I also try to look at looking at all of this. Oh, Regina Joyce Clark, I have to read what you said. You said, thank you for mentioning the Dalai Lama. It was so disturbing. Yes, and evidence of the need for letting go of idolizing gurus. Felt so sorrowful. Yeah, it did feel sorrowful, right? Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Okay, Liz Coatsworth, and this was really interesting to me. She wrote this on YouTube, so thank you, Liz. I read it, and I thought it was a good question. She said, I had a bird hit my window, my kitchen window, numerous times a day for a month. So how many of us have had this experience? I actually had it happen today in my office here. So a bird kept hitting her window. She says, and then yesterday he was gone. So the bird was gone. And within the hour, I had a knock on the door, and this guy served me with a subpoena. My ex of 15 years felt he needed to attack me again. So sorry to hear that one. Was the bird a warning? And I would say yes. So people say to me, what's my totem? How do I know a totem? This would be a totem. Okay. A bird is a messenger. Different birds represent different things. But a bird hitting your kitchen window numerous times for a month is literally trying to give you a message. Now, there's no way you could have known. I mean, out of 15 years, this guy comes back. I mean, my God, really, I'm so sorry about that. But Earth is telling you, it's like there's like almost like a bomb around every corner, right? I mean, it's just really a strange place. So I'm sorry that happened, but yes, the bird was a warning. I have many, many bird stories I can tell of things where I'll just tell you this one really quick. I was in Europe with a former boyfriend, and we were sitting outside, and it was lovely. And a bird fell in the sky right between the two of us, dead, just kaboom, dead. And of course, and this was before I hit my head, before my head injury. And I didn't know at the time anything about totems or anything, but I did know this. I knew that meant something. And sure enough, of course, we broke up. I knew that was an omen, So yeah, so thank you, Liz, for that. And I'm so sorry, honey, that you have to go through that. What a drag. Life is so full of all kinds of situations, but I appreciate that. Now, and this is from Lori LeClaire. And Lori, I really appreciated this question. She said, can you explain the difference between dharma and karma? And she said, how can we work on both in this lifetime to grow spiritually? Thank you for all you do. So, and it's so funny, you're a 12-5 and you're King of Clubs. So you, Lori, King of Clubs, a female with a male brain, but King of Clubs is really powerful. And they need to know a lot about things like this. So I appreciate the question. Let's talk about that, what karma is and what dharma is. So, okay, so let's see. Karma results in our actions, okay, as well as the actions themselves. So it's like the law of cause and effect. And so we really want to watch our actions, because our actions, both good and bad, okay, depending on what it is, will come back to us in the future, helping us to learn from life's lessons. And it ultimately is to help us be a better person. So it could be, let's say something tragic happens or bad happens to us in this life, whatever it is. Let's say we're whatever it is. This could have been a result from something 5 lifetimes ago. Okay. And so it also affects future lives. Again, to me, everything goes down to making a good choice. So karma is about an action. Okay. It's a result of an action that we did or didn't do. And so, you have to be really aware when you're a human here of your behavior, your actions. Okay? You've got to be really aware of it. Dharma is our responsibility. Dharma refers to our lifetime duty, okay, of what we are here to do. And that's why, when people will say, what is my purpose? Dharma, first of all, our purpose is to balance our karma and do our dharmic work. I feel this is my dharmic work, helping and teaching and this kind of thing. This is my dharma work. There's also a thing called, after that, not to make this too complicated, because I got that Virgo mind. There's also a thing called sadhana. And sadhana is one step further than your karma or your dharma. And that means to create space, actually. It's how you recognize, it allows you to recognize your past mistakes that you've made and that created your present situation. So you've learned your karmic lessons, and sadhana is about not creating new karma in the future. So it's karma, dharma, and sadhana. And you want to, again, be wise with your words, be wise with your actions. Okay, so there you go. I hope that helps with that question. There you go. So let's see here. Karen, I'll take a dose of chaos and drama. I know, right? It's so true. So let me see. Oh, so tomorrow, Astrid says, Kellee, what do you think tomorrow? Venus square Saturn. I think tomorrow, like the rest of the next several days, is going to be intense. And Venus, although it's, and again, in Vedic astrology, it's in Taurus, and it's squaring Saturn, it will be a time to pay a lot of attention. A square is almost like a fight. It's like we're squaring off. It's what I always kind of say. I think that it will be an intense day, and it could be intense with relationships. It could be intense with finances. Saturn teaches us karma. It's probably intense, but thank you for bringing that up. If you haven't heard about Patricia Neely said what happened with the Dalai Lama, you'll just Google it and you'll see. Okay, Renee Hounsell. Hi, Renee. Please, Kellee, a question. I have been experiencing moments of remote viewing of certain situations or places that friends are in, and I don't mean to do it. Is there a purpose for this? So remote viewing, for people who don't know what that is, it's where you can kind of tune in and actually see what is going on with a person. And it's different than just psychically getting a hit. It's actually tuning in and watching, almost like watching a television of somebody in another room, somebody far away, doing whatever they're doing. Remote viewing is usually you train for it. You can train for it. There are people that teach remote viewing. And so if you've been, Renee, I know that you've been opening up so much spiritually. Is it a vibration that's rising that helps you with this? Probably. I think it's just one thing along with other things that you will be learning and doing in this lifetime. And if it's happening spontaneously, is there a purpose? Yeah, opening up your all of your clairs again, opening up your vibration, letting your vibration get a little higher and higher and higher. So good question, and thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, Pammy Greening. My daughter is working incredibly hard, and she wants to launch her own business. Good for her. Is this a good time? And her birthday is 9/24. So 9/24, September 24 is a King of Hearts. King of Hearts thrives in their own business. Thrives in their own business. Yes, this would be a great year for her to do it. And by the way, with this eclipse right now, and her birthday's in September, this is 6 months before that. She should definitely be doing a business. Definitely. She can do it. She can run a business. Okay. Tell her role is not to take on everybody else's emotions. Okay. I hope that helps with her. Okay. Trey N. Hi, Trey. I had a lot of rage on Wednesday. I'm telling you, you should see that movie Beef, or that TV, the Netflix Beef. I've only seen the first 3. Okay. I can't explain. I wanted to punch a hole in the wall. I've actually seen people do that. And I'm not a violent person. I knew the energy wasn't mine. My hubs was raging and he was feeling it. I'm 714 and he's 125. Oh, Trey, this Wednesday was yesterday. Yeah, I'm telling you, this energy, you gotta, if you can, try to get real grounded, take your shoes off, step outside, release a lot of energy. What is it that set you off? And then be thankful for that, because then you need to look at what is in you, that you, even though you may have never been a violent person, which I get, all of us every once in a while snap. I snapped at the airport a couple of times, infamously. So look at yourself. What was it? So, and you're 714. So July 14th, Ace of Diamonds. Okay. I don't mean to laugh, but Ace of Diamonds always snaps. I don't mean to laugh. I just know so many of them that whoop. So there's something there. And your husband is 125, January 25th. A 2 of diamonds. Oh, so the 2 of you together would be really, really, really close. That would be amazing. And he could snap too. Ace and 2 of diamonds, frankly, pretty similar. And that energy is, you can't hold on to it. So that's okay. That's okay. Okay, Debbie Jones Griffin, 626, would love a card. So first 626, and you are a 5 of clubs. 626. No, I'm sorry. You are a 4 of clubs. Like me. Yay. 4 clubs loves knowledge. We live for knowledge, and to give out knowledge. 4 clubs is really one of the most blessed, even though you would have some really big ticket items that would occur. They're still really blessed. I always think about it. Let's get you a card for your soul's journey. We're going to use James Van Prague's cards, Soul Journey. Soul's Journey. I also have messages, talking to heaven, and messages from the guide, but let's do the soul's journey. Souls are here for a big journey when we sign up here. We sign up for a lot here. So here is a card, Debbie. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. That's a great card for a 4 of clubs. It's really true. Self-esteem. There you go. Okay. Eric, hi, Kelly. I'm struggling. May I have a card? 323. Love you and James. Well, thanks, Eric. So 323. I'm sorry you're struggling. A lot of people are struggling right now. They are. But if you can change the word of struggle, saying, I am so fascinated right now with what I'm learning during this period. Okay, you can change that from the struggle word. Okay. Thoughts are things. You want to change the way you think. Constantly. You have to watch it all the time. And 323, March 23 is a King of Clubs. Oh my gosh. I'm not kidding you. Today was a King of Clubs day for me. I had more people that if they weren't a King of Clubs, they had somebody in their family a King of Clubs. So King of Clubs is one of the most profound birth dates, because you have the ability, honey, to pull in information from previous lives. Don't let fear get in the way. And here's the thing with the King of Clubs, escapism. That would be, every birth date, listen, every soul has the positive and the negative, the shadow side and the sun. It's got we have everything here. This is a tough place. But the King of Clubs, there's nothing a king can't figure out. they get stuck in the wheelhouse of the mind. Maybe exercise, and I don't know, start changing the way you think. And that's really what I said from the beginning. Change the way you think. And let's get you a card, Eric. And sorry that you're going through all this, but change your thought. Oh, you have to admit, this is pretty funny. Worry. Okay, what did I say? I just said that. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. There you go. And really change your thoughts. That's truly change your thoughts. Ellie, my dear Kellee, I was born on October 5th on Yom Kippur. My life has not been easy. I bet it has not. Does that particular day mean anything? I've always been curious about this. Thank you very much. Well, Yom Kippur is the most holiest day in the Jewish religion. I mean, it's the holiest day. And I don't know, kind of a side story here, but whenever we would go to temple, my daughter and I one day I kind of got into it with this rabbi we had, because we had to talk about our child's favorite holiday, and all the children, they were saying they loved, Hanukkah and whatever. I said, my daughter loves Yom Kippur. And the rabbi goes, no, she doesn't. I go, yes, she does. That's her holiday. She loves Yom Kippur. And the reason, and of course, she loved Yom Kippur. And so the rabbi was like very confused over this. Yom Kippur is very serious. But what we would do on Yom Kippur is we would really make the most amazing energy of that day. So my daughter and I just have always loved that day. So it's a special day. It does not necessarily mean that life would be hard. I think in general, life on earth is hard, but it would make you more serious. It would bring a serious note to your life, more serious, Ellie. It would make your life a little more serious. And 10/5, October 5th, is a 4 of diamonds. And 4 of diamonds, I don't know how old you are, but the thing about a 4 of diamonds is they always come for a spiritual, they're really hard workers, and they must take a spiritual road, and they always take a spiritual road, usually from 60 on. Not unlike some people, but for some reason, that's when they either get into the whole idea of spirituality and really go full force with it. But I would say that would be a serious note here. I mean, thanks for sharing that. I really, really appreciate that. You can turn that around too. Okay, and we do choose our dates when we come in. Okay, Jeannie Candelario Campbell. Thankfully, we have our guides. Me too. Birds are my guides. Cardinals, blue jay, and doves. I find feathers and blue eggshells. Oh, you're so lucky. And also blue jays and doves represent peace and harmony and love. And I love watching the doves that we have. And blue jays bring us strength and fearlessness and all kinds of things. So those are great. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. So let's see. Let me see. Oh, I had some other. Wait a minute. Let me answer some more questions here that I have here that everybody wrote in. Okay. So Allison Saucier. If I'm saying that right, Allison, I don't know. Saucier. And you are 323, and I think I just did 323. King of Clubs. Seriously? King of Clubs Day. All right. You're a female with a male brain that's got to really absorb information and wildly psychic. Anybody who's a queen of clubs or a king of clubs, frankly, almost all clubs are really psychic, but these two are the most psychic. And the 3 of clubs too, really, really psychic. What is up with periods of time where things just seem to be breaking or problems coming up constantly to the point it's humorous? So in energy, the way energy works, there'll always be that push of energy that brings amazing things, and that push of energy that brings times to change and breaks things up. And if you can look at life as humorous, I mean, this is like a giant roller coaster out here, right? On this earth. It's a constant, it's constant. You'll notice that I laugh a lot, and I know James laughs a lot, and together we laugh a lot just because of the, absurdity of so much of this. So when I saw that question, I had to laugh, because of course, there are going to be times in our life when we signed up for Earth. We didn't sign up for, give me 0 problems. If we had signed up for 0 problems, we wouldn't have come here. We would have gone somewhere else. We would have stayed. We wouldn't have been here to learn. Earth helps us learn the fastest. We learn the most here. And that's why you really want to take advantage and not take things too seriously. I mean, I'm the queen of seriousness, but I am also, I laugh a lot about the absurdity of so many things. So I had to laugh when I saw that. And Jen Chris says, "Will we see the solar eclipse in North America?" No, we will not see this solar eclipse in North America. I mean, no, we will not. But we will see the solar eclipse of April 8, 2024, because it comes right across the United States. So that's a year from now. We will see it, and that will be even way more powerful than all of this. And here's a question from Regina Clark's Rhea Quinn Mysteries. So Regina Clark's Rhea Quinn Mysteries. She said, "Kellee, love this show. Thank you." You're welcome. People in the field of soul consciousness say, visualize a goal to help it manifest, which means you spend a bit of time imagining success in the goal occurring at a future point in time. Yes. But everyone else says live in the present moment. So it does seem incompatible, right? Yeah, it does seem incompatible. It does. However, so being in the present moment of the here and now means that we are aware and we're mindful of what is happening at this very moment. It means not to be distracted by ruminations on the past or worries about the future, okay? But centered here. So from a centered place, you can still project out what is it that you would like to manifest. Start bringing that energy in. You can do it. So it does feel, I understand what you're saying, that it doesn't make sense. But in actuality, if you are really centered and grounded, you can project out and still be very centered and grounded. Because this is how we get things done. If you want to do something, you project out what it is you want to do, get the idea for it, and then get the steps to do it, and still, but in the present moment, being in the here and now. So yeah, you can do it. Great question. I really appreciated that question very much. So thank you for that. I think very much here. Okay, so Maria Simmons, September 15th. Okay, how do I get back my connection to being my psychic and mediumship? I took a break after a family member passed. Thank you. So Maria, it's really interesting to me. I often find many psychics from about August 23rd till about first week in October. I find so many, so you fit that profile. And September 15th, doesn't have to be, it can be other dates too, but there's something about the energy of that club energy that's right there that I don't know, a lot of psychics see. And also in Vedic astrology, you're a true Virgo. So Virgo means to be of service. So anyway, you're a true Virgo in Western or Eastern astrology. So how do you get the connection to doing your psychic and mediumship? So September 15th is a 9 of clubs. You know who was also born on that day? Mavis Patilla was born on that day. So 9 of clubs can be very psychic, and they love occult information. They love the study of occult information. So, and you took a break from your mediumship. So how do you get back? You go back into meditation. I mean, this is what I would do. And especially when a family member passes, whenever that happens, it does kind of, depending, can shake us to our core. It doesn't mean that you lose the gift. The gift, as my mother used to say, it's not going to disappear. It doesn't go away. But you just bring the energy back. You start cultivating it again. You just start cultivating it until it becomes just a part of you again, as it always has been. It didn't go away. Often we will take a break just to do whatever. And so don't worry about that, honey. I'd go back in meditation, and I would keep spiritual books around me. And this is a great book. I mean, this one always brings me right back to center. The Quiet Mind, Sayings of White Eagle. And if you guys don't have it, you should have it. It's just will get you right back to center where you need to be. It's really amazing. Wendy Bowden, have you ever heard that Ireland is a leftover of Atlantis? I did hear that, Wendy. I actually did. I think when I did the Atlantis and Lemuria, we did not discuss that, but I have heard that. And I believe that. I mean, look, what goes on in Ireland is really magical. A lot of magical things that occur during that. So I would say yes. I would say that. Hi, Sandy Ward. I always learn from you. Thanks, Sandy. Oh, thank you very much. You're a gift to all of us. Well, you're a gift too. You're a wonderful medium as well. So thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. Hi, Lana. Good to see you too. Anne Margaret says, and your thoughts contribute to entire consciousness as one. Yes, positive thoughts and negative thoughts. That is wild. Yes, that is. Our thoughts are things, and they should teach us that in school, but so they don't. So Nancy Hyde, tomorrow is the anniversary of the day my son passed. I'm sorry, honey. That's really a hard one, Nancy. I have chills, so I do know he's around you. I think he was waiting for me to get these cards out, get this party started. Right? Okay, so I'm using James's Talking to Heaven. If you don't have these cards, you should absolutely get these cards. But let's get a card from your beloved son. Okay? I get that he's very active. Oh, he's really active right now. And I get he's really busy on the other side. But let's get, I think it's with a lot of family members and friends. Okay, here we go. I am so much better now. His energy feels really good to me, Nancy. Really good. With a rainbow. So here's what I would do, Nancy. I would look for rainbows. Look for rainbows. It could be a picture just like this. It could be an actual rainbow that occurs. It could be just, it's amazing how spirit does that, right? Just how that works. I wanted to mention this too. If you're in Florida and you get to go see James, you should go see him. And Renee, do you have, forgot to see if you have that, if you wanted to post that when James, or put it in our comments where James is in Florida, because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be in Fort Lauderdale doing readings. It's got 2 things coming up, so it might be fun. Astrid, Kelly, thank you for answering my question. Lovely tulips. Thank you. I love tulips. I love poppies. Poppies are my favorite. Poppies and daffodils are my favorite flowers, and then tulips. But thank you. Okay, yeah, join James for a live event. He's going to do spirit messages at the Parquet Theater in Fort Lauderdale. Oh, James, on Saturday the 15th. Oh, honey, I hope it's a dry show. I hope it's dry by then, and you can get your tickets. I think he still has a room for a few people so I would be definitely going to that if you are in that area. And if you're in that area, you're not watching the show because you've been flooded out. So oh my gosh. Let's see, here we go. Okay, let's see, what can I answer? Patricia Aldana, happy blessings to you and James. I'm having a difficult time. A card for my job and family. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm sorry. Again, instead of looking at things as a difficult time, look at it as this is a time of change. One thing about this month, our lives will change yet again. I mean, we signed up to be here at this time for change. I know a lot of people don't like change, and yet you're on Earth, and that was, part of what you signed up for. So just a reminder, trust. Okay, here we go, Patricia, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And that is the truth. Our inner voice will always, if we can still ourselves long enough, we all have the answer inside. We all have that, So don't worry about anything here. Teresa Caravelli, she said, may I have a card? You are 8-7. So let's get you a card here. And it says, blame. I accept responsibility for my own well-being. And I love this because it's really accurate. We are all responsible for ourselves. Okay, so really have ownership to accept your own responsibility, that you're the one that can make you happy or not. Vicki Nason, a card from your beloved Mike. You betcha, honey. You betcha. He is a very special guy in our hearts. And absolutely, Vicki, you've got a special card. Mike, is this the one? Ah! Okay, Vicki, get a picture. We are soulmates. There you go, honey. You know that is as true as it comes. I can always count on that soul. I really appreciate. Okay, Mary Panchek, what's the best reading for me to book with you? General information, please. So often, if it's just for general information, Either two things. Spiritual counseling, that's a good one for that, because I go through everything in spiritual counseling. I look at, what you're here to do, whatever. I also soul guide and spirit guides are both really good readings. So whatever, we'll cover whatever it is that you're looking for. General information, probably, frankly, probably spiritual counseling, probably. But I do have some spaces open in April, and I'll be opening up my May calendar. I think I'll give it to Carissa this weekend. So I just haven't had time yet to do it, but I will do it. Sue Wells, I bought Soul's Journey a few weeks ago, and I love them. That's great. That's great. Gail King, I could use some help. May I have a card? Yes, Gail, let's get you a card here. Absolutely. Hold on, Gail. Everybody needs extra boost today. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. First of all, if you ever think you're alone, honest to God, it's just not possible. When I had my head injury and I was seeing every single thing you could imagine, because there was no veil. Somehow I punctured myself through this veil, and everything I saw was just unbelievable. Everybody has guides, angels, their loved ones, their dog, their cat, their whatever it happens to be. I saw all of it here. And so I know for a fact that we're not alone. It's actually not possible to be around. Susan Reich, 614, around your business. So 614, June 14th is a 3 of diamonds, if I'm correct here. Yes, a 3 of diamonds. 3 of diamonds is really great in business, and they're really, really creative. So you would be here. Let's get you a card here. You said it's around business, so around your biz. This is a great time to make some changes in your business. I will say this. Pride. Here you go. I love myself, and I see myself in everything. So really have a lot of pride as you either, whatever it is you're going to do around your business, show up with a lot of pride. Okay. Jerry Drombowski. Will my life get better? 1122. Do you want it to get better? Because I'm not sure what's going on, Jerry, but 1122 is a more serious life. So that's a Jack of Hearts. So Jack of Hearts is somebody who sacrifices, who comes in for sacrifice, for higher service. So I would say your life, Jack of Hearts has an extraordinary life path because it's a life of, it has so much depth to it. So I would maybe view it, Jerry, as, yes, your life will get, deeper, deeper and deeper. I think that. But and 1122 is those are significant numbers too. So you chose a big path, Jerry. Yes, it will get better, honey. Yes, you will. Christy Oucher. Hi, Christy. So good to see your smiling face. May I have a card, please? Yes, and let's get a card for your beloved daughter here, Christy. Let's do that. Here we go. Okay. I wish I had told you more how often and how much I love you. And I know how much your daughter loves you so, so, so much. Okay, look for red flowers or anything that's really special with her. She loves you so much, Christy. She loves you and the whole family so much. Debbie Smith, I love it when you and James come on Facebook Live. It really fills my soul with happiness. Please pull a card for me on 8-2. Oh, thanks. Well, we really enjoy it, and we love teaching, and we love doing this together. It's so much fun. So 8-2 is a Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds is somebody who I had a feeling that was going to happen. I cut my finger. I'm going to make a quick pause here. I cut my finger. Whoops. I did something that I am going to, oh my gosh, my finger is bleeding really badly now, but that's okay. I cut my finger on a mandolin. So don't ever use a mandolin, everybody. And I should have known better. I used a mandolin yesterday, and I kind of sliced open my finger. And I was telling my sister, I said, whatever you do, don't buy a mandolin. I'm anti-mandolin. And my foot, it just opened up again. So I took my Band-Aid off. I'm telling you, what a show. Sorry about that. Okay, Patricia Aldana. How do we know how many lives we have incarnated here? If we have grief in this lifetime, does that mean we had to experience this particular grief in our past life? So how do we know how many lives we've incarnated here? Well, I don't know if we will know that answer until we're on the other side looking at our actual lives on once from that perspective on the other side. We call it the book of records, and have our lives in that. And so we could have, 100, we could have 10, we could have 1,000. I mean, it really all depends on you, on this individual soul, because we also have lives in other dimensions. So, and other planets and other galaxies. But so I can't answer that. Sometimes I'll have a hit on somebody and say, God, you have had at least this many lives. Sometimes it just comes right out of me. If we and your question is, if we have grief in this lifetime, does that mean we had to experience this particular grief in our past life? No, I don't think so. I mean, it could be if we have grief in this lifetime. I mean, I think all lifetimes have grief because it's part of life. That means that you've loved. If you love and you attach and you love, and then there is loss, you would have grief. I mean, that's just a part of life here. But always know you'll be reunited with your loved ones. Always, always, always know that. Okay? So I hope that helps a little bit. Okay, Tanya Spencer Mays. I got disconnected, and I hope I didn't miss you answering my question. Do I think that Ouija boards are bad? And you're October 3rd, so you are a 6 of diamonds, which comes for financial responsibility is what a 6 of diamonds comes for. And do I think that Ouija boards are bad? I don't use a Ouija board. I had some interesting experiences when I was young. They would just fly off of my hands. They would literally, the board would just kind of just fly off. It's kind of bizarre. So I don't use them. I'm not a fan of Ouija boards. I personally am zero a fan. I'm zero a fan of them. So that's my take on them. I don't think they're play toys whatsoever. I hope that answers the question. Okay, Wendy Bowden. I've been seeing a lot of black squirrels. Does that have any meaning? Well, squirrels are all about saving, saving, saving. And a black squirrel, I think it has some emphasis with grounding. It's like, what are you needing to save? It's about a grounding. There's something, they're very rare. Black squirrels are kind of rare. And I think that it brings a special sort of grounding to you. Okay, I think that's amazing, actually. Renee Wint, I will be traveling on May 4th and 5th, a car from Utah to Minnesota. Should I worry about traveling during that time? You're going to be right at that eclipse. I don't know, worrying you're going to be driving by a car through Utah. I mean, I would say this about anybody who's traveling from now until, probably around May 15th, frankly. This energy is intense. I would say pay a lot of attention. Be present when you're driving. Be present when whatever it is that you're doing. Be present. You'll be fine. Okay, Coogan Major. Hi, Kelly. Can I please have a card? I'm applying for jobs in Australia. I just want to know if I'll be successful. It's so funny you would say that. It was 10 years ago today that I was in Australia, and I received a card from a friend of mine that I was in Australia. I was with James, and I had a roommate, Wendy, and we had a lot of fun together, and it was about Australia. So I'm going to say, yes, I love Australia. And January 30th, you are 10 of clubs. 10 of clubs loves to learn and teach. And again, very psychic. We call them they have a brain that has a brain in it. So yeah, I think it definitely will be successful. Let's get you a card. Okay, whoops, I just chose that one. Hold on a second. Service. I feel good when I can help others. I feel good when I can help others. There you go. So hopefully you have a job that you are helping others. Okay. I think that would be really great. Okay. Lisa Oglesby Tenskadal. I'm sorry if I'm saying these names wrong. I'm trying to find my spirituality, but I think I'm trying too hard. It feels like it's going nowhere. Well, finding spirituality it's really very simple, really. It's going out in nature, looking at loved ones from a heart it's not a left brain exercise. It's really from the heart and looking at everything from the heart and having gratitude for the fact that you're even on earth at this time and having gratitude. But gratitude brings you really quickly to a spiritual place. So it's not a thing that you can't fail at it. It's a thing that you just you don't even have to try. It's a right brain activity. Go out and hug your dog, or that all of that is a spiritual. Just showing love to others, being kind, being good. All of that will open up that. Okay, all of it. Because I think that's really important. Here we go. Let's see. Charlene Miller, I had nerves burned in my back today along with twilight anesthesia. Yikes. I am feeling so odd now, out of sorts. I feel comfortable with myself afterwards. Now I feel a bit uprooted. Is this part of the shit show? Yeah, it's part of the shit show, but look what you just had. You had twilight anesthesia. I mean, give yourself, some time to heal, honey. Rest, drink a lot of water. We'll come right out of it. But the shit show doesn't help. Okay, so England Young, I witnessed a crow steal an egg from a blue jay's nest. Oh my God. And a commotion from the blue jay. I'm going to tell you what, blue jays and crows always fight. Those two, it's like Hatfields and McCoys. I don't know what it is about them. All right, I wondered why it happened, why you had to see it. Well, are you fighting with anybody? Are you taking sides with anybody? I mean, that's kind of a funny one. And I've seen that before. I know exactly what you're talking about. And they're both really powerful. I think I just did a totem. Go to my Facebook page. I did a totem and an Instagram too on crows. Yeah, on Tuesday. Because I still do Tuesdays with totems, and on Wednesdays we do Wisdom Wednesdays. And Fridays I like to do destiny cards for the date. So, Wanda Man, you are so positive, helpful, and a true giver. Oh, thank you. Your karma should be abundance of many good things. Well, thank you. And then I sliced my thumb. So. Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate that. I do. So Roberta Ness, and I think this is probably going to be the last one I take. She says, Kellee, does the time you were born make a big difference when doing astrology? Yes, yes, and yes. Because the minute you're born is starts the chart, and it's where your rising sign begins. And so that's everything, whether it's Western astrology or Vedic astrology, it's everything. And in Vedic astrology, we have different terms for different times. So yes, it's very, very important. Okay. And Ellie, oh my, Kellee, you hit it on the head. My deepest spiritual connection with myself has been the last 5 years. I am 65. You blew me away. My animals give me the deepest peace. Yeah. All of us will, listen, if we're lucky enough to get to 60 plus, this is really where the spirituality comes in. Okay. So everybody have a great week. Now on Monday, James is still going to be gone, and we will not be doing a live show. But we'll be back a week from Monday to do a live show. And we have a special guest. And then the following week, we have a special guest. And then we're going to be doing readings for everybody. So everything kind of got pushed around. But I will be back next week. And, thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. If you'd like a reading with me, just go to my website, kelleewhite.com. Take care and have a great week, everybody. See you soon. See you next week.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.